Hey everybody, it's Roxanne Wheeler, your proactive nurse here, who is trying to help you learn a little bit more about your essential oils so that you can get the full value from those little brown bottles. You know, when we buy an oil, we get excited about it, and then we put it on our shelf or in a drawer, in our purse, somewhere, and then we forget what we bought it for. And then we kind of regret that we spent that money because it's just sitting there. But I want you to know I always will help you to learn how to use your oils best. And so every couple of weeks, I'll be doing these oils you don't use, and I'll cover different oils. So you might hit or miss what I am presenting, but if you let me know what you want to learn about, I will definitely include it in these videos. So the first one I'm doing today, and I'll be reading right from an app that I use multiple times every day that tells me what the oil is about, tells me what it's used for, including the medical terms, which I'm not allowed to use on YouTube or on Zoom. And so I will I will say it in ways that walk around the medical term, basically. And if you're ever unsure what I'm talking about, please reach out to me and I will tell you. So this app is called The Essential Life. And when you go to your app store, it looks like a sage green box with a white leaf that's kind of on its side in the box. So that's what the app looks like. It is invaluable. It's $9.99 a year. They always update it, which makes it way better than a textbook because those go out of date the minute they're published and they get in your hands. So this is always up to date, and I can even put my own recipes for protocols that I've been told about or have learned and experimented on my own. So we're going to get started today with Roman chamomile. And Roman chamomile is a very, very calming, relaxing, and a soothing oil. And as you can see by the supplement facts box on the back, it is okay for oral ingestion. And so whenever you see the supplement facts box, you know it is okay to put it in your mouth. So what is it good for? It's great for all kinds of stress, no matter how bad it might be. And this video will go about 20 minutes, okay? So I do want to respect your time on that. And we'll be covering 4 oils this week. And it's also really, really good for, um, okay, I just lost my page here. It's really good for when we are reacting to things a lot of people don't react to. So that could be environmental reactions, it could be food reactions. It's really good if you've got itchy eyes or those itchy bumps that suddenly pop up, and for rashes. It's really good for dry, irritated, aging skin. Now, listen, take what you can use from what I'm telling you. You don't have to remember all of this, but if something hits a chord, write it down or remember that because, if you remember 3 things from this video, I'll be very happy. So it's really, really good for skin issues, some ongoing skin issues for some people, as well as sore nipples for those where that is an issue. Of course, breastfeeding moms can get that quite a bit. It's also good for the pressure in your arteries. It's good for sleep difficulties, or if you're really overexcited, it will help calm that down. It's good for insect bites, bees and hornet stings. Good for feeling anxious or angry, irritable, or agitated. It's good if some things that don't belong in your intestines somehow find their way in there through contaminated water or food. Um, so it's very good for that. It's good for when you struggle to want to eat enough or at all. It's great for things you can't stop doing. You're compelled to do them. It's good for low dopamine levels or really persistent sadness or low serotonin. So, dopamine and serotonin are naturally created neurotransmitters, but when those levels are off, we're going to feel sad. Great for babies or infants who are teething, if they're crying, if they're feeling irritable. It's really good when your body temperature goes up and you want to bring it down, or for discomfort in the ears. If you're having issues with your bile flow, this can help, as well as head and neck tension, no matter how severe, as well as menstrual discomforts, muscles strains and sprains. It's good for back discomfort as well as hip discomfort. And emotionally, Roman chamomile can take us from feeling frustrated to feeling purposeful. So that's a great one. Roman chamomile. That is a really good oil. And in fact, some people use it in warm water as a tea. So our next one that we're going to go over is Tamer. And Tamer is from our children's collection. It is the digestive blend for the children or for anyone who has strong scent aversion or for people who tried our Digestem blend and found that didn't work because these are different oils in it. And so this is a blended oil and it comes in a roller form. So it's great for just rolling over the belly, over the throat. And it's really very much alleviating and easing with discomforts in the digestive area. So whether it is caused by being in a vehicle, a boat, a train, a plane, that can really help a lot. It's good for feeling bloated, feeling gassy, nauseous, or having an upset stomach. When our bowels are very, very irregular, too much or too little, when we have some other lower digestive struggles, it will really help. Tamer will really help. Again, rolling it on the lower belly will be most helpful. It's really good for respiratory stuff, whether it is difficulty breathing out and makes you want to reach for that rescue inhaler, or it might be just some congestion or a cold. Tamer is also going to be very helpful for the aches that can come along with respiratory stuff. It's really good if we're feeling overheated or having hot flashes or feeling like we're going to pass out because of the heat. It's also helpful for swelling of the lower legs and feet, as well as skin issues, especially those that can get really, really aggravated and get swollen and change color even. So that is your tamer oil. And you know what I use it for? Because I can get quite congested from eating too late, eating too much fatty food, laying flat in the bed will make me congested. I get this irritation up in my throat. So what I'm doing is every night I simply I roll it up all around each eye and across the top of my nose to help breathing easier because I do literally use mouth tape, a little bit of mouth tape every night to help increase my nitric acid production. And to keep me from being a nose breather because to keep me being a nose breather because a mouth breather doesn't make nitric oxide. So That's why I am doing that. So that is our Tamer oil blend. And like I said, it was developed for children or anyone who is more sensitive to strong scents. It's a very mild scent. Then we've got our MetaPWR oil blend. And MetaPWR oil blend, this one happens to be a smaller version because we could get it free this month. If we put in our 125 PV order by the 15th, we could get it, or we could get it any time of the month with a VMG bundle of some type. So the MetaPWR blend is all about helping our metabolism to basically get more normal. And so the MetaPWR blend again is a blended oil. It is very cleansing, resetting, and re-regulating. It's very good for that. And so it is helpful for weight management, very helpful for that. Or someone who has a slow metabolism, someone who is collecting too many fat cells just under the skin so it looks kind of cottage cheesy. It could be for people who struggle around food, mental struggles for that. Or if, let's say, a diminished appetite or cravings, either way. Now, these oils are adaptogenic, so they meet you where you're at, which is, I know some people might think that's crazy because that's not the way meds are developed, but the essential oils are adaptogenic, so they will serve you where you need them to. So if you are eating too much or too little, this can help. It's also great for congestion and some viruses going around. It's really good for the urinary tract health, very uplifting and stimulating to our mind and mood. It's helpful for sugar balancing, blood sugar balancing. It's very supportive for the liver, the lymph, and the urinary tract. And it is very good for when our digestion feels upset or if our elimination is upset. And it's also great for helping to get our blood fats under control, as well as helping to support the gallbladder and any stones that may form. And it is also really good if you use MetaPWR before and after you exercise. So because of some citrus oils in it, you do want to be careful that you use very good sunscreen where you apply it to the skin, or as you copy me and apply it to the skin where the skin don't shine, where the sun don't shine. That means my belly, my low back, things like that. So that's always a great idea. So the MetaPWR is very helpful for that. And I know for myself, my biggest reasons for using the MetaPWR is basically to keep my blood sugar high enough from my workouts because I was struggling for a while with getting halfway through my weight workout after my cardio, and then my blood sugar would kind of crash. And I was struggling to even get out of the building to my car. And since using the MetaPWR, I find that I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's always a great idea, right? So the MetaPWR is one that I highly suggest for people who have any of those concerns. And our last one we're going to deal with today is basil oil. So basil, and we have two kinds of basil. We have holy basil and regular basil. So this is regular basil, and it is an herb oil. and it is very regenerating, uplifting, and stimulating. So, basil is wonderful to support your adrenals and any fatigue that can come with them. It's great for congestion, ear discomfort. Again, those reactions, especially to the environment, to foods and things that normally people don't react to. It is great for other kinds of respiratory issues. It's really good to help restore a loss of smell. And that's important in our lives because that keeps us safe, right? Because if you can't smell smoke, you're in trouble, right? So it's very good for that. It's also really good for helping our blood pressure stay up where it needs to be. It's very helpful for if we were feeling dizzy or feeling like we're going to faint or having some severe head tension. Mental fatigue and lack of focus, it's really good for that, as well as some other kind of serious nervous situations. It's really, really good for female issues around ovulation, around painful periods, or maybe concerns about being able to get pregnant, as well as being in labor and transitioning through that, as well as engorgement, feeling engorged. It is really good for, again, blood sugar issues, low dopamine, lack of perspiration, even. It can be very helpful for that, as well as tired, weak muscles or muscle crampiness or um, spasmy feelings, nausea, abdominal discomfort, bug, snake, and spider bites. It's also good for that, the basil. And emotionally, basil will move us from feeling inundated to feeling relieved. Now, what else can we use basil for, right? Basil is a cooking herb, so you can certainly use it. I use it in salad, homemade salad dressings all the time. I also use it in my plant spray. What else do I put in my plant spray? I put basil, rosemary, thyme, peppermint, and clove. Equal amounts, about 20 drops in a 24-ounce sprayer bottle. Fill it with water. Shake it every time I go to spray it on my plants, top and bottom of the leaves, and they thrive. They thrive and they don't get lots of bugs that can be common outdoors or indoors. And so that is really nice. I know I was getting really tired of plucking off those heinous tomato hornworms from my plants, and those suckers can get to be 5 to 6 inches long, as fat as my thumb, and they stuck like Velcro on the leaves, on the branches, and sometimes you wouldn't see them until they'd get that big, which is pretty darn nasty because you pull them off and then they're stuck to your garden glove, and nobody wants to deal with tomato hornworms. So, or aphids or beetles. What else did I find relief from with the basil plant spray? I'm trying to think. Did I mention aphids? Yeah, I guess that about covers it. So listen, folks, those are my 20 minutes on oils you probably don't use. So open the bottle. The bottles will never help you if they stay closed or stay stuck on a shelf or in the back of a drawer. They only help us when we use them. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll look forward to our next oils you don't use in a couple of weeks. Take care. Thanks again. Bye bye.